Hi, this is Jess Ponce. I am an author, I am a media coach, and I'm also a personal branding expert. And that's what we're going to talk about today, personal branding. Now, it's a buzzword that many people are using. And what exactly does it mean? Now, I'm going to define it in my own words. Personal branding is the way that you connect with your audience, sustain their trust, and remain accountable to them. Now, the way that you look, the clothes that you wear, the medium that you use are a byproduct of your personal brand. What we have to do first is actually get to the heart of the brand, which is why I identify these three things. Now, for example, my personal brand, what I try to do is deliver information to an audience of people who are looking to communicate better. And the way that I sustain their trust is by delivering it in various different forms and by also hitting on different topics when it comes to communication, whether that is public speaking, doing media, or pitching themselves for, let's say, a business arrangement. And I remain accountable because the lessons that I teach, the modalities, and also the tools that I give can apply across the different ways that people communicate. Now, I want to break down these three things by looking at a couple of different celebrities that we're all familiar with. Now, when it comes to connecting with your audience, one of the people that does that best is Taylor Swift. She's very relatable, and the people that she speaks to are people who want to have fun, who are looking for maybe an emotional release that isn't too severe, and she does it in a style where she's very, I don't want to say raw, but very honest. Now, she also has a publicity machine that helps to keep her on track. A lot of personal brands, whether they are celebrities or influencers, sometimes have teams that help keep them on track. And I think that's really important because when you are somebody who's entertaining others or you're informing others with your expertise, whether that is makeup or singing, having somebody like I do actually behind the scenes with me to keep you grounded and on point is really important. Because ultimately, what you are doing is providing a service to an audience. So when Taylor Swift sings about a breakup or something that happened in her life, as an audience member, we relate to that because we have a connected experience. She shares feelings, even if they're sometimes not the best feelings, like jealousy or being upset. But she does it masterfully in the way that she has lyrics that speak to the heart of her audience. Now, the second thing I want to break down is sustaining trust with your audience. This guy actually happens to be one of my favorite actors, and that is Ryan Reynolds. If you've ever looked at any of his social media, you can trust that it's going to be witty, that it's going to be lighthearted, and even the most serious of things are going to bring a smile to your face. When he posts about his children, when he makes fun of a fellow actor, when he does all of these different things, he has a certain charm where we trust him. We know that he's not being mean-spirited or that he's avoiding things, but he has a very clever way of presenting himself. So we trust him. And we know that we can constantly go back to him when we want something that's lighthearted, when we want something that's enjoyable, when we want to actually have a smile on our face. He may not be the person that we go to for strong advice. There are other influencers and key figures that we might go to. But for him, we trust that what he's going to deliver every single time is something that will put a smile on our face. The third thing, remaining accountable. Now, if you read my first book, Everyday Celebrity, you know that this performer is actually on my bucket list of people to meet. So if you happen to know her out there, please connect me or hook me up with her. And that is Dolly Parton. Everything that she does, from her persona, and she says this all the time, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. And so she immediately puts herself out there that part of this is a persona that she does. When she presents herself, she is accountable to her audience. You know that you are going to get somebody who is sort of at home, very grounded in who she is, that will be a little self-effacing. She actually talks about herself in such a funny way, but she's also got a big heart. She donates money. In fact, she did a great thing when it came down to Vanderbilt University and the vaccine. This has remained consistent through the years. We know what we are getting when we think about Dolly Parton, when we listen to her music, when we watch her movies, when we see her on Instagram or any of these social platforms. She has remained accountable to her brand. So remember, when it comes to personal branding, there are the ways that you show up, and the ways that you show up personally can be with humor, they could be serious, it could be informative. The way that you dress or present yourself physically is a result of your personal brand, which has these three elements, which I'm going to repeat again. Your personal brand is how you connect to your audience, like Taylor Swift, how you sustain their trust, like Ryan Reynolds, and also how you remain accountable to them, like Dolly Parton. So think about the celebrities that you're drawn to. Think about what their personal brand is, and take a beat off of that to develop your own personal brand. I'm Jess Ponson. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. If you like it, press like. Also, if you want more videos like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can find videos, blogs, all kinds of fun stuff on my website, jp3globalmedia.com. I'll see you next time.